Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Hug Nation's Love Morning. I am John Halcyon Stinn and so grateful to be sharing this practice with you. Whether you're here live or watching this recording, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook or crouched in the bushes or just feeling the vibe, or maybe you're a non-human future conscious species that has retrieved these digital bits and bytes off some server somewhere as you're trying to determine what exactly happened during those last decades of the human race. Well, hopefully this is helpful to any and all of you that might be listening now or in the future. This is a daily practice of sharing gratitude and of taking a moment to set our sails for the day. Who do we want to be? Trying to establish the type of person we want to be. Instead of what we want to accomplish specifically, who do we want to be? And then allowing that intention to help us decide during the day, help us to create the paths, to open the doors, to craft our responses from that place of who we want to be, instead of to manipulate to get to where we want to go. Yeah? And we have a tradition where I try to start with a song that I improv, the musics and lyrics. So, sometimes it's incredible and often it is a train wreck, but it is an exercise in getting present. Oh, it's the last day of the week and we're here to share. And if you've got a long list of gratitude, well, I really don't care. We'll stay until you share it all and get it all on the table. I think there is enough of us to listen if we're able. Oh, it's gratitude time and we are happy to be here. It's gratitude time, so everybody lend their ear. We're gonna share the best stuff, the stuff that gets us excited. And if that is what you want to do, well, come join us, be delighted. It's Love Morning. Do Love Morning. Do Love Morning. Do. Good morning. Woo! That one came together, I thought. I would have given myself a 20% odds of figuring out that song, but I think I give myself a solid B+. Good morning, Juan. Juan says, the world needs you now and us more than ever. I really think that's true. I posted I had a Facebook memory come up. It was a picture of me from 2016, I believe. It was after Trump was elected the first time, and I was holding a sign and it said, I love you no matter who you voted for. And it came up in my memories. And so I just hit repost, saying, I stand by this. And I didn't realize that there was a bunch of text that went with it. And a couple hours after I reposted it, I saw there were people that were responding a bit argumentative, kind of falling into that pretty common rut that I think that we get caught into, which is, I cannot forgive. If you are not on my side, then you are in favor of racism, you are in favor of fascism, you are in favor of apartheid or Holocaust, and I absolutely can understand the logic of that binary thinking. But I think the thought that I was trying to touch on back in 2016, which is one that I'm trying to continue to access, is that idea of how similar we all are. And that is a repelling thought when you think no, I would never be in favor of these policies and these things that are so oppressive. Someone said to me last week that one of their mantras in trying to understand is they said, if I was in your shoes and had experienced what you've experienced, I would be you. And it really, I really think that's a good exercise to ponder. If you had the biological, the environmental, the educational, the media influence, if you walked the exact same path as the other, would you not see the world and believe and fight for the same things that they are fighting for? Something to ponder. Good morning, Dave, or good afternoon. Nice to see you in England. Thanks for popping in. What are you grateful for? Janet, hello. Janet is grateful for healing and wellness. That has been an ongoing one for me to try to keep grateful as more and more aspects of the exciting process of aging let me know that they're going to be a part of my life. But yes, and with that, healing and wellness. And with, I think, a combination of healing and wellness and aging is that the presence of begin again, letting go of any story of I wish it was different, and saying, from this point, I am going to appreciate what I have and foster growth and healing from this place. I am grateful. I don't know how I share this. Yesterday, Lisa had a big work day, and when she finally kind of got finished and she was in a good mood and we ordered sushi to celebrate, I go, so you in a good headspace? She says, yeah. I go, because I have something I have to tell you. She says, so what? I go, I bought 2 more plants. And she started laughing because she's like, she is not of the mindset of like, you buy too many plants, which I've heard that from so many people over the years that I felt a little like embarrassment. But they had these plants at grocery outlet. Look at this. Oh my gosh. And they were like $21 for a large tropical. And they're beautiful and healthy looking. I'm like, I gotta splurge. I don't care that I don't have any space for it. But the other thing that I related to this is there's more to this confession, which is that when I moved into this place, I repotted a couple of my favorite plants, and I did so using my understanding of houseplants and soils as it was at that time. And since then, I have learned that I was wrong. I was always under the assumption that a houseplant would prefer a bigger pot and bigger soil, more soil. Doesn't that make sense, right? Why, like wouldn't a fish, you would want a bigger fish tank, so why wouldn't a plant want a bigger pot? And the answer is, if there's a bunch of soil, it takes much longer to dry out. And many plants thrive when they get watered and then dry out, watered and dry out. So if the water stays and it stays damp for a long period of time, the roots can actually suffocate by being drowned in dampness over a long period of time. And so a couple of my favorite plants are not doing very well. In fact, one of them yesterday, Lisa helped me. I took it out of the soil. I shook out all the soil that's in it, and I replanted it with a ton of bark to try to drastically reduce the amount of soil that's in this big pot that I put it in. So I'm part of the buying the new plants is preemptively grieving the loss of 2 other plants in case they don't make it. Chris says, started from the beginning. So grateful to be here and feeling the vibe. Awesome, Chris. And other Chris. Hello, Christopher. Grateful for the ability to get away for a quick weekend last week. My life doesn't allow long trips, so short trips are like one slice of tasty pizza as opposed to a whole pizza. Thanks for being a wonderful co-host with Ishmael. Thank you, Chris. We had, our heart-centered men's gathering was mostly men that were near Santa Barbara, where we hosted it, and some, within a few hours away, and a few people drove, 3, 4, someone drove 5 hours. I drove them from San Diego, which is close to that, or up from San Diego. But Chris, you got all the medals for effort by flying in from Chicago. And there was a part of me that was like nervous that I hope it's worthy of all the effort that you put into getting out there. And I hope that you mesh with the crowd, because it's a little bit different crowd from Love Mornings and Love Ambassadors. Now, you probably picked up on that. And actually, I'd love to talk to you offline about some aspects of that. But I felt so quickly, I felt like you belonged there. You were every bit, we were all part of this incredibly supportive team. So I was so pleased with how that went. Speaking of which, I today just posted a music video that I made after that weekend. And so I think I'm going to share that. First, let me read the gratitudes that are here, and then I'll show you this music video. Janet says, I'm enjoying seeing it as the dawn of the second half of my life and a rebirth into wellness and sobriety too. 3 months in. Yeah! I get that 1,000,000%. I absolutely think about this chapter as book 2 of my life. And it makes it really easy to not compare it to things that happened in book 1. Sobriety was not a part of book 1. And neither was life partnership. So part 1 had some rad things. So glad it was part of the series. And part 2 has some rad things. And the challenges are different. I love that perspective. Thanks, Janet. Good morning, Steve. Good morning. Chris says, I'm grateful for strategy, for allowing the past to move on. I'm grateful I can walk and normal stuff like toes and hands. Or grateful for normal stuff like toes and hands. I'm really trying to change, so I am grateful the depth of that space. Beautiful, Chris, and grateful for your patience, because that changing and that self-awareness, it's sometimes it is a lonely place of introspection. Don't always get the world reflecting back in the way that you need or feels good, but you just gotta be with it. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I should share a couple things. First, just this music video, because I'm so proud of it.
Embracing love, dissolving shame. Each man is unique, but our struggle's the same. Vulnerability helps us grow, admitting to all that we don't know. Underneath it all, there's a common prayer. Healing in the open, showing we care. Sacred, masculine, let it all flow. When we feel we belong is when we grow. We the mighty crew of light, lifting each other through the night. Distinguishing between anger and might. Feeling our grief, shining our light. Heart-centered men, authentically real. Stronger together, permission to feel. Think to the heart-centered men, authentic real. Stronger together, permission to feel. Thinking to the heart-centered men, authentically real. Stronger together, permission to feel. Thinking to the heart-centered.
I spent way more time on that than I probably should have from a productivity standpoint, but I had a lot of fun. And I learned stuff about green screen. I got a new green screen thing that I've been playing with. So it was fun to learn from that. Christopher saying, as mentioned earlier, I'm grateful the gathering was in a cool place. So my default is I'm in a cool place, regardless of how the gathering goes. Though the whole thing was awesome. I agree. And speaking of gatherings, I'm grateful that I got asked to participate in the Mid-Atlantic Burning Man Leadership Conference that's coming up. And although I can't make it physically, they said if you want to send a video. So I recorded a video and finished it up yesterday. And I'm not going to play the video. I just want to play a clip of it so you can see what I did with green screen, because it shows some footage from the Renegade burn. Tee-hee-hee, tee-hee-hee. I think it was really fun.
Greetings, Mid-Atlantic Burners. My name is Halcyon. You might know me from such theme camp leadership as Backcountry, Lust Monkeys, or Pinkheart. Sorry.
Isn't that fun? So I'm all like excited with green screen ideas. The first version of the one that I made for Heart-Centered Men, in the first version when I was dancing with the heart over my head, I was wearing my hat that is a watermelon. And so it has green along the top. So the top of my head was see-through, and so I had to reshoot it. Anybody else want to share something that they're feeling grateful for today? I'm grateful for all the people in my life that I feel I can be honest to and vulnerable to. I'm very rarely feeling a need to impress people or say the right thing, I'm feeling really grateful for that. Feeling really grateful for my friends Betsy and Krista, who have been helping with the organizing of the Janus's memorial. Grateful for Krista. She wrote a beautiful song that we're going to be playing at the memorial. Grateful for Cinnabons, who has been doing tons of the organizing for the memorial, and all the people that are planning to do work today and tomorrow and Sunday to get the venue ready. And grateful that I can just kind of focus on being present and being the masters of ceremonies. Grateful for this practice. I already mentioned my new plants. Look at these buttes, man. Grateful for a beautiful day in San Diego. Grateful that I think I'm going to see my mom today. I'm grateful that I got, there's going to be a silent auction to raise money for Janus's son. And so I put together this 300 bulk gummies of his product. He had a nutritional supplement that he sold that was for microdosing. And so I made a big old pretty box of that. And I'm also grateful my mom is going to give me a basket, so I'm going to do this. There's a Egyptian offering, and so I just bought an alabaster candle, because the things that you're supposed to offer are alabaster, beer, bread, clothing. I think it also says oxen and birds, but I'm not going to do oxen and birds. I'm just going to do the other ones. So I'm grateful for all the ways this weekend is going to come together to celebrate and honor Janus. Any last gratitudes before we head off into the day? Oh, I'm grateful that I get a chance to have a call with a client today, a young man that I really enjoy talking to. Actually, I may have a chance to talk to two of the young men I really enjoy talking to today. Yeah, feeling very, very blessed by my professional opportunities right now. Chris says, I envisioned a gardener with Alzheimer's as a metaphor for this. I'm sure it exists somewhere. Okay. Well, with that, wherever you are, I urge you to give yourself a big ol' squeeze. Feel your body, be grateful for your body right now as it is. And feel connected to all those millions, perhaps billions of people around the world that are like-minded and open-hearted that would rather hug you than hurt you. And take a deep breath in and sink into that oneness. Feel me squeezing you. Squeeze me. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and everyone here, thanks for being a part of this Hug Nation Love Morning. I love you. And Faith, good morning. Faith says, so grateful to be here live today. This space is helping me heal a part of me that's been broken for a long time. And also grateful for having the creative juices flowing lately as well. Beautiful, Faith. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Dustin. Dustin says, grateful that I was able to walk away from being baited into an escalation when my soon-to-be ex and I were working through some of our divorce papers. Ooh, that sounds hard. The former me would have risen to the challenge and taken the bait to argue. The new me recognized that I don't want or need that kind of engagement in my life. Good job, Dustin. Man, I feel like that is a continual practice that we are all having to get better at in the ways of, can I resist the instincts to be defensive, to engage, to be baited? You know, and the tools to bait us we're getting trained better and better. You know, algorithms are teaching us how to better and better get our hooks in people. And so we got to be better and better and practice more and more. So bravo, Dustin. I'm sorry that you're having to go through that. I hope hope the transition goes as smooth as possible. Hey, Gerbot. And yes, I'm with Chris. Congratulations, Janet. Hooray to book 2. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy your day. Happy Friday. I'm trying to think, will I be here over the weekend? I should be here over the weekend. Yeah. I love you. Enjoy the day.